So Bobbi Althoff is a comedian. She's very funny. In fact, I'm just going to toot my own horn here. I've been following her since even before all of her phenomenal podcast guests. Okay, so I've been a fan since before it was cool.
Really?
That's
you
true.
You did not reveal this to us when we were talking about it earlier. I didn't know you
I did say that. I thought I mentioned that I've been following her for a while.
I know this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew about it.
Okay.
I've been following since like way back. Let's see. If you go back, when she had a baby and she was doing all kinds of, she was doing the shtick with her husband where like she hated the husband, and I thought it was funny. She's a great thing, right? Her whole shtick, I guess, and not to demean it by calling it shtick, but she's very funny. Here's her and her husband, and as new parents, nothing but love. You know what I mean for the two of them. So she's been blowing up big time. And I first noticed this whole podcast phenomenon when she did this podcast with Funny Marco. This shit is phenomenal. Have y'all seen this?
No, I haven't.
God, it's so funny. So
didn't know about any of this until this whole like Drake thing went down.
So this guy, Funny Marco, who I discovered via this and I now follow, is another kind of TikTok comedian, but their chemistry is nuts, dude. And I'm sure that Drake saw this and then reached out to her for the interview. But here's a clip.
You're not my type.
What's your type?
People that, like, my type is just brothers, a lot of wild ghetto shit, just booty titties. Just somebody just patting their head all day and just saying, where's my baby daddy? Where's my baby daddy? Oh, you got me fucked up. I'm about to bust all your windows out. You got it all twisted in this motherfucker. Go get my motherfucking gun before I beat your ass and I cheat on her. And then she just like, I don't know the fuck you didn't cheat on me. And she beat me up. And then I'll be in jail and I get out and I'll be like, yo, like, why you call the police on me? And she's just like, because you ain't shit, motherfucker. And then that's when I'm just like, yo, lady, chill out. I love you. And we start kissing. Then she be like, now go in there and take care of your stepson, because he ain't really your son, motherfucker. And I'm like, whoa, shit, I like that. I don't think you got that in you at all. You got spooky hearing it out, you know? And that's just real life where I come from. A straight gutter, just out the wall, blown. Everything is just like a waterfall, just keep dropping. And you don't even know who Tupac is.
Wow.
You're not my type.
Let me find one where it's got more of their... What the fuck? More of their back and forth. Hold on one sec here.
1 sec.
This was... let's see this.
Yeah, but it's sometimes.
Yeah, so then I thought you have really white teeth, by the way.
What do you thought they would be?
Like mine aren't really white.
No, why you said like yellow or some shit?
Yeah, mine are yellow.
No, you think mine be yellow.
Mine are.
You're not yellow.
Yeah, yours are really white. I was complimenting you and you're taking
you
it
said
all the
like
wrong
you
way.
said it like wow, your shit really white. Like your shit should not be that white.
You really like to be offended by everything I say, don't
No, if you look it back, I think that's you.
I was just caught off guard. You
You
smiled
said,
for
oh
the
wow, you
first
said,
time.
oh wow, your teeth are really white, and you did this. You look.
Because it's not typical to have teeth that white. That's unusually white. Do you get them whitened? Better not be yes after all of this you've just said. Do you whiten your teeth? Do you whiten your teeth? Do you whiten your teeth?
You don't give me a
Why
chance.
are you not answering me?
Wow.
Do you whiten your teeth? It takes 10 seconds, yes or no?
I just ripped them out the plastic. They've been acting brand new. Be happening sometimes.
So anyway, I don't know. It's all very, very funny stuff like this. And so, what the fuck? This one is 26
Would you say
million.
that you're easy?
Mm-hmm. Oh, like easy to get along with?
I mean, however you want to take it. You said yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty easy.
That's good. Me too. I feel like I need to start having standards for myself.
You don't have standards?
I dated a girl in a wheelchair.
Okay, there's no-
No, but I'm telling you, she walked out my life still.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Why did she roll out of your life?
No, she actually walked out of my life.
How?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. To this day, she just blocked me afterwards.
She blocked you.
So I don't know the whole time if she was pretending because I got a camera of her just packing her stuff up and putting it in the car. And I was blocked. And I'm like, hold on, she walking.
Are you making this story up right now?
No, this really happened.
How many flights of stairs does it take to get up to your apartment?
Why I gotta have an apartment?
Can you open this for me?
I'm stuck on the apartment. Why I gotta have an apartment? We got houses. Nice ones. Would you say that you're easy?
So, okay, very funny. So after this was a huge viral film. Like all these clips have so many views. And then all of a sudden, she starts posting pictures of her with Drake. And they start teasing that she's doing an interview like this with Drake. Now, she did the interview. It, as we expected, got a gajillion views. 55 million. Did it have 55 million views on YouTube?
Really? That's crazy.
I think it was total. I forget. It was up there though. It was very high, very very high.
So it was, a viral, just as we expected, and very funny. I gotta say, like if Drake is doing PR right now, that was a really good move because I thought he came off really likable and very funny, and I even hate to say this, down to earth.
Yeah, in a weird way.
Which is kind of weird to say about a guy that lives in $1 billion house, literally.
Yeah.
He calls himself Champagne Poppy.
Yeah, but he was really funny. I gotta say, it really. I went home and I put on some Drake.
Oh yeah.
Drake. So, here's a re-upload of the video. So here's where the mystery comes in. Yesterday, was it?
Either yesterday or the day before, I think.
They both unfollowed each other.
Close. I'm saying.
And she erased all social posts with him and erased the YouTube video interview.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them had like a straight up social media breakup. How weird is that? And obviously my first thought was like, it's probably publicity, right? But we're gonna go over that. Here's a re-upload of the episode, just to give you an idea. She flew out to his house in Canada.
Tell me when. Marking.
Oh, it was in Memphis. Because I thought she said something like, okay, it was in Memphis.
You like that, eh, son? You didn't think I knew about that.
We start? When do we start? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to the Really Good Podcast with your host Bobbi Althoff. Today I'm here with, can you introduce yourself?
That's awesome.
Drake.
That's not your name.
That is my middle name, yeah.
That's not your real name.
That's my government name, middle name.
Why would you go by that? What's your first name?
My first name is Aubrey.
Mm-hmm. I see what you go with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think my mom named me after a lawyer, which always kind of, like, rubbed me the wrong way. Because,
Why?
like, I don't know, why would you just name me after, like, a random lawyer unless, like, there was something else going on, you know?
I was named after a cheerleader my dad thought was hot.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bobbi?
Yeah. It's an older name. My dad's old.
Okay, but, like, for a fact, like, you've seen the girl, or that's
Yeah,
just
he showed
where-
me. No, he showed me.
Again, it's just, it's pushing the boundaries on something that could be misinterpreted, like, on my end.
Just say it during your show.
But then people are going to be like,
So, without watching too much of this here, it's basically, they have a really good rapport. Very funny.
Yeah.
I wish I could show you the clips on TikTok that grab the best moments, but I don't know. Are there any up?
Olivia was telling me there was
Not-
shorts up. Is that? Did you?
So
Not on her TikTok. They're taken down.
here the next day or yesterday, they started erasing the shit. And I'm wondering. Also, by the way, she did an episode 3 months ago when she started this podcast. Her first guest was Colleen Ballinger,
That's so bizarre.
who she's
Those
now
clips are
now
crazy.
unlisted, by the way.
Yeah, I wonder if Colleen asked her to take it down or if she took it down during the Colleen
Hell no,
stuff.
she took that shit down.
Yeah.
Colleen,
Me, right?
right? Haven't heard about Colleen in a minute. I guess she's just laying low, huh?
Fart joke.
Here is a short. This one's a little easier
I
to
don't
take
know
in.
Other questions? Do
Okay.
you have any other questions? for
Not
me?
really. Not really. It's probably best you skedaddle home to be
Are you
mother of
gonna
the
buy me
year,
a flight
right?
home? Are you gonna buy me a flight home?
I can do that. It's the least I could do.
Can it be nonstop?
Hmm?
Nonstop.
Was that like a?
So anyway, whatever. So what is going on here? I'm very curious what y'all think. Is it possible? Here, they did an interview with her. Let's see. When I started my podcast in April, I wanted to do interviews with celebrities, but I didn't know how I was going to get there. It's really hard to get my guests, so I made a video on TikTok saying I would give $300 to any person who successfully connected me with a celebrity. That's kind of interesting.
Really? Oh, that is a good move, I guess.
Just a little headhunter thing.
How much?
Selling out their famous friends for $300. I got the same standing offer. Fuck it, $300 to anyone that could get me a
Drake.
Let's see, who do we want? Barack Obama, 300 for Barack,
Uh-huh.
And pussy too.
and Pussy too.
What
We
about
could have
Trump?
a banger interview with Barack.
What about Trump? Would you have him?
Trump, $300 for Trump, easy. Yeah, standing offer.
Great.
So Rick Glassman, the comedian, was the first person I was able to interview because somebody tagged him, and he was like, "Okay, I'll do it." And I sent her $300 and did the episode with Rick. There you go, girl. Then I got a random comment on TikTok asking if I heard of Funny Marco, a comedian also known for his dry interview style. Took a screenshot of the comment, posted on my Instagram stories, and then tagged him saying, "Marco, if you want to make this girl $300, DM me." He had over 4 million followers at the time, and I only had 500,000. I was like, "Hey, he's not going to see this," but he replied like a second later. So I sent the girl 300, and he came on the podcast. Our video together got so many views, and Drake liked it, and then he followed me. This is, dude, the way that these podcasts hit. I almost haven't seen anything like it before. Podcasts are boring, man. They're hard to like get people to watch.
Yeah.
To, be like, "Hey, check out this fucking awesome podcast." I mean, how many people are just going to watch that and then go watch the podcast?
And yeah, most podcasts you need like prior like lore and shit
Not
like
ours.
That.
You can just hop in
That's
at
true.
any moment.
Ours is
There's
not
no
like that.
there's no inner jokes. there's no-
Yeah. Yeah.
I intentionally crafted so that anybody could hop in at any time and understand everything we're talking about.
Yeah, I thought she had like a little bit of an industry plan vibe to her at first, but hearing what you just said, that she kind of headhunted and stuff like that, kind of makes sense, I guess.
Well, Dan had an industry plant theory, which I'm curious about. But I mean, listen, it went a little too easy, don't you think? Marco and then Marco to Drake.
It's a big leap.
From Marco to like the most famous person in the world.
Yeah.
What about Mark Cuban?
Oh, and then Mark Cuban came on because
Mark Cuban.
Let me go to her YouTube channel and see all the famous people she's had on now.
I feel like Mark Cuban will be probably saw something in her, like when he wanted to be after Drake. I feel like
I think everybody saw these funny Marco ones and was like, "I can do that."
Yeah.
Right. I decided to just go for it, she said, and shoot my shot. I DM'd Drake and asked if he wanted to be on my podcast. He said yes. He sent me his touring schedule, and I knew that I needed to make it happen fast. So me and my friend flew to Memphis 2 days after the original DM was sent to record the episode. I mean, listen, Drake has done stuff with this before. He played with Ninja. That's what catapulted him.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Mm-hmm. He's also played on Twitch with other people. Also, he just casually gambles, on stake.com just for the love of the game.
Yeah. Not a sponsorship at all.
Definitely not. So let me see. Now, Dan, you had an industry plant theory, and I know that's like a running joke. What is an industry plant? Can you tell me that? I don't even know what that means.
Well, I think usually you hear it in relation to the music industry, where an artist will suddenly blow up and just is getting promoted everywhere. And the idea is that they have the full support of a major label, but they are trying to make their explosion in virality seem organic.
So, but how do they find this girl? Someone found this girl and says, "You're going to be famous." Like,
well,
what?
I mean, here's the thing. She had a huge following on TikTok prior to any of this podcast stuff of just being like one of those mom TikTokers or whatever.
Well, her persona is the same as you see on the podcast. She just did it with like her husband.
Right. So I'm not necessarily saying that her entire career is set up. However, the sudden just surge in popularity and just being all over social media and everything, and pretty much immediately being able to secure huge guests, not just Drake. I mean, the Mark Cuban one really like raises an eyebrow for me too. It's like Mark Cuban isn't just going on random new podcasts on a regular basis.
That's a good point. I haven't watched the Mark Cuban one.
Yeah.
But look, she hasn't done that many episodes. One was Colleen, which she axed, rip to the goat.
Mm-hmm.
I think I read earlier that that episode was released the week that her controversy started. So
awesome.
Good timing.
So then Funny Marco, this one went massive on TikTok. I mean, it has 3.4 million on YouTube, which is a lot for a podcast, especially a channel that like just got made. Then from that, she talks about Armani White. I don't know who that is. I'm assuming it's a musician. Then Lil Yachty. Then Mark Cuban. Or Drake was before Mark Cuban, I think, but she removed the fucking episode.
I think the Drake was after, but it was like
really.
And then she just did Tyga.
Right. It's crazy.
So
what's your theory behind the industry plant thing? You said you read something.
I don't necessarily have a theory. Well, so first of all, one of the main things that you'll see, and I'm seeing in our chat right now, is that she's got the same management as Drake or whatever.
Okay,
she's managed by WME. Now, Ethan, you can speak on this, but that doesn't mean as much as people probably think.
So when I heard that, as someone who's even worked with them on the influencer front, the influencer WME is like not even in the same building. Like this is like a joke, dude. The influencer side, they literally just email anyone with 50,000 views and try to just parasite any money off them. I highly doubt that WME representing Drake has almost nothing to do with WME representing her. Although, I mean, if she blew up this big, I can see them making a connection there,
But yeah, potentially. But the weird thing was, like, I couldn't find. I was Googling around before the show trying to find exactly when she started getting represented by WME, because there are several articles out there in the last week or so saying that she just got representation from them after the Drake interview.
Girl, you should be careful about that, because you go big, all of a sudden you have all these people reaching out to you, and you're like, oh, WME, that sounds great. No, they're fucking horrible.
But these articles, I could not find a solid source on that claim. And they weren't necessarily on, it was like, I think I saw one that was like Dexerto, which, no shade to Dexerto, but not necessarily Pulitzer stuff here, you know what I mean? But I tried to find some sort of announcement, because usually when WME signs a big influencer or new talent or something, they'll put out PR about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll announce it, or they'll put something in the trades.
But just being with
I couldn't
WME,
find
that
any
makes
sort of any official information. So I don't know where they're getting this info that she was just signed to WME.
But even if she is, that seems kind of light for industry plant. Seems to me like
it points a little bit more towards that.
But what does that even? I don't even know what that means.
It
like
just means
she's
that
famous.
they have sort of tacit support of the industry.
I don't know.
That
She
they're
makes
gonna be
good
pushed
content.
in the algorithms and everything without, subtly try to make it seem.
I'm Team Bobbi. I think she did this.
For plants.
And the rise is insane. I agree, but I don't think it. I'm not trying to take any credit away from her.
Yeah. I think regardless, she's hilarious, and I like these interviews. So it doesn't necessarily.
Right. It's a great product.
Yeah.
Everybody loves it. I mean, you could tell from the Funny Marco, the Drake, they have like tens of millions of views. But okay. Is Tyga enemies with Drake? Somebody said in chat. I'm not sure about the street beef.
I was wondering if maybe like she's gonna bring on someone that Drake has beef with and like it's promo for it, but no, like I don't think so.
So what is going on here? Because none of them said anything, and they just erased.
Very strange.
So my initial thought is it's got to be coordinated. Can't imagine a world where they actually had a falling out. How is that even possible?
Yeah.
It's like a huge dub for both of them. There couldn't possibly be a. The only thing is like
start. I mean, we're talking about it, right? It got a big wave of buzz, and then that starts to die off because the cycle moves on as these things do. And then they pull something like this, and all of a sudden everybody's talking about it again and looking for it. Maybe it goes back up in a few days.
Well, I think if they're doing it on purpose, it's got to be in preparation for something they're planning. Either another video together where they have some backstory about how they got in a fight and erased each other from social media. The only serious thing I could see is potentially some kind of legal thing, but that just seems so dumb to me.
Or like maybe she went to his show and he was creepy maybe and forgot that she was married, wanted to hook up.
Huh?
I don't know.
You think so? Well, here's
like I don't think she would probably respond so like publicly because people are gonna see that you unfollow and you delete all your shit.
And then why would Drake
reciprocate?
Erase her? It's like so petty and weird. That's an interesting theory I hadn't thought about. But here she was. She was just at his show. This was what? Saturday. Here's what she posted, which I guess is now erased, right? Oh, I can't. Yeah, I can't do that. But anyway, imagine Drake's playing. Drake! Yeah, Drake. Yeah, that's what he sounds like. I love Drake. So she erased this. Okay. What the fuck?
It's pretty what the fuck. I don't know.
It does not make sense in my brain, even if it's like a publicity stunt, to delete viral shit. So counterintuitive. Because that shit was still getting views. That shit was still popular.
It was such a fat dub for both of them.
Yeah, so in my brain, it gotta be legal stuff. That it wasn't like an authorized interview with his label or some shit. And
that would be crazy if Drake couldn't like tell them to fuck off, though.
Well, that's
also that wouldn't constitute them unfollowing each other.
Right. There's the beef.
Good point.
There's the beef.
That adds to it.
By the way, I've seen her joking about this industry plant thing. I didn't know that people were actually serious. Just celebrating because the industry planted me.
I mean, our chat seems very divided on it.
What? I don't even get that. I guess do a poll. I'm curious about the industry plant theory.
I feel like industry plant is just having a big team behind them. Like having a good.
That doesn't mean she's a plant. I mean, she's still
it's just
she had a following before.
The key aspect of it can take a few forms, but that people don't necessarily catch on to the fact that they're being heavily promoted.
They're being groomed, promoted. Okay, do a poll. Industry plant.
Bobbi is an industry plant.
Because like Drake is petty like that. He had a thing with like I wouldn't put it past him to reciprocate like in a nasty way.
Well, remember that DMC sent Fantano. That shit was crazy.
That was so wild.
He doesn't play on Instagram.
In fact, this interview was so good, I forgot that he's such a petty bitch, and I was like, oh, he's down to earth and cool.
Right. Yeah, he's a douche.
Fuck me.
Yeah, our poll is looking quite divided here. Close to 50-50.
But like she's been on the internet so long and she's been successful. People like.
Well, listen, her initial success, I think, is almost certainly organic. I think the industry plant thing is just for the podcast specifically.
Ethan's getting defensive.
Set up to be.
Listen, I'm not getting defensive for Bobbi. I just don't get it. You don't talk shit about Bobbi. What the fuck? I'm on their plant team, by the way. I'm being paid to run defense for her.
Botanist.
So if this is actually a real beef, it's stunning. It's unreal.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy. I really have a hard time. I see lots of people saying Drake is a creep. I'm not sure. I don't know about his whole lore. You know what I mean? I know we goofed on him for the Millie Bobby Brown thing, which was pretty weird.
That's so bad.
Yeah, that was almost pretty bad.
So maybe he tried to. You think maybe he tried to have sex with her? That would certainly do it.
I think maybe.
Yeah.
Millie
I
Bobby
mean, like,
Brown, Bobby
maybe-
Althoff. It's the Bobby,
maybe-
dude.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he just thought that she was single and that she came to his show and. But I feel like
doesn't. He
their
knows.
rapport, like she could have just been like, "No, fuck off, I'm married." Like I feel like it wouldn't have been that
Serious.
dramatic, right?
I mean, again, this is like crazy speculation, but I don't think he would. I don't even want to say it. It's so absurd.
No.
Do something.
No.
Because then she unfollows and then he unfollows.
No.
It's gotta be. We're gonna have to check back in on this in a week.
Yeah, because he did like follow Ice Spice, then unfollow Ice Spice, and then refollow Ice Spice. Like,
What was that about?
It was about probably thinking she was hot, but like, he does do that. It was in the news.
Such a weird.
That is good to know.
Such a weirdo.
I mean,
We're gonna keep an eye on this because if they don't come out with like some kind of planned thing in the next week or two, then this is serious. This actually is a real beef.
yeah. Then
Which I have to know what happened.
then I'm defaulting to that Drake did something weird and creepy.
I mean,
My brain goes there. If it's
Occam's
not,
razor,
not-
right? Like,
yeah.
if it's not fake,
No, Occam's razor to me is legal stuff.
But then why did they
legal
unfollow each other?
stuff. The unfollow.
Right.
See, that counters
unfollowing,
that.
Yeah, I don't
unfollowing
think
that
works.
ruins it all.
Yeah. So, I
So
don't
if
know.
Occam's razor, if we were to follow the razor,
Mhm.
the unfollow, the deleting. Occam's razor tells me it's a fake. It's a planned.
I mean, that was my initial impression as well. But
right now, yeah, I agree
It's a
with
planned shtick.
you. But if nothing changes in 1 week, it changes to him being weird.
I guess it has to.
Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense to remove it and then like prolong it even longer.
It doesn't make any sense for them. Yeah, the legal stuff doesn't make sense with the unfollow.
Yeah.
also, it's coming back to the poll. It's almost exactly 50-50. I feel like this is the most divided we've ever had a
we
poll
never
like
get
this.
pulled this close.
Like it'll always lean one way or another a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. The people are torn, and frankly, I am too. That's why I was saying I don't necessarily subscribe to the theory, but there are many elements of this that are very strange.
Someone says, "I think this is a nothing burger." Have you ever watched the show before?
That's all we talk
This is
about.
literally what
It's
we
all
do.
nothing burgers.
I'll talk about this for an hour.
We spent a week on XQC. The guy eats his toenails.
What else is there to say about Bobby and Drake?
You just have to wait for more. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
She said she also scrubbed a lot of her old content with her daughter. She said in her interview she realized she didn't want to involve her kids in her social media. So she's gone through scrubbing. I gotta know, you guys. She went back and erased 73 videos in the last 30 days. So this is part of a broader project. What is happening?
Yeah,
Gotta know.
They're doing. Yeah. No. There's a lot brewing. It feels like.
is it?
Well, we'll see. Keep our eyes on you guys.
What year is it?
I think we follow each other. Maybe I can message her. Do you think she'd be a good podcast guest?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She's funny.
She's very funny.
Let me reach out to her. As a long OG fan, I'll tell her. As a longtime fan, a real one, she doesn't follow me. Fuck. Wow. Maybe she unfollowed me. I swear she followed me.
Maybe part of cleaning
But
house.
she's undergoing a lot of changes right now.
Girl.
Wait, she unfollowed you?
I swore she followed me. She
Wait.
might, I don't know. She's going through a lot right now.
Mm-hmm.
She unfollowed you the same day she unfollowed Drake.
That's
Oh,
important.
that's
special.
An interesting point. Maybe she just unfollowed a bunch of people.
No.
And just casually
no
Drake?
shot she unfollowed Drake casually.
Yeah, that's a big.
That's a choice.
I swear she followed me.
Choice.
Dan, you are so on it.
I think she may have big timed me.
Damn.
You get in the bed with Drake, do a podcast, all of a sudden, what? I'm chopped liver. I'm just kidding. I don't know if she did for sure.